The purpose of this video is to address what is called burping the glue bottle. This is an essential step in the gluing process that must be followed every time, as a part with a glue drip on it is considered a bad part. The goal of burping a glue bottle is to get enough air out of the bottle to allow you time to position the needle on the part without glue dripping. We will also look at where to position the tip of the needle on the part when starting to glue and where to stop the needle at the end of a glue line. When a bottle of glue is tipped over, it has a tendency to drip as shown in this video. Dripping chemicals onto the plastic parts will ruin the parts. For this reason, we use a method called burping to get the air out of the bottle. The first step in burping a bottle is to point the needle in a safe direction to begin squeezing air out. The preferred place to position the needle is under the table and, if possible, into the cloth cover. The needle needs to be positioned in a way that no glue spray will make contact with any parts you have near you, and also so that glue does not make contact with you or any people around you. Always be aware of where you have your needle pointing. Pointing the needle in a safe direction, squeeze the air out of the bottle as shown here. Note that when glue bottles are filled, that there should be some air left in the bottle to allow the burping process to work. A good rule of thumb is to only fill the bottle 3/4 full with glue. After you have burped the glue bottle, you should be able to flip it upside down as shown. You will notice that air is now entering the bottle rather than glue flowing out. This is what gives you enough time to position the needle for gluing. Note that you have a limited amount of time to get the needle in position before the glue starts to drip again. Now that you have burped the bottle, it is safe to begin gluing. Position the needle into the corner or seam of the two pieces being glued together. The starting position should be about 1/4 inch away from the end of the seam. When the bottle is squeezed, the glue will fill this portion. If the needle's starting point is too close to the edge of the seam, squeezing the bottle may cause glue to run over the edge of the part, ruining the piece. As shown in this video, lightly squeeze the bottle and move at a constant speed across the seam to apply the glue to the part. The glue will now flow into the seam as you move along. Move at a steady pace that keeps the glue just ahead of the needle and stop about 1/4 inch from the end of the seam. This picture illustrates stopping short of the seam. Just as when you started away from the edge of the seam, you also want to stop away from the edge of the seam to prevent any glue from running over the edge. Let the glue flow to the end rather than moving the needle all the way to the end.